Hello, crafting crew. How are you today? This is our last crafting project for May. It's hard to believe another month has gone. I will be preparing bags this week for June. Hopefully you signed up. Go to that first Wednesday in June and you will see the registration. I will make you up a bag if you've registered. By July, we should be doing in-person programs at the library on the newly constructed patio in the back, on the side. So craft should be every Wednesday and at the library for summer reading. So let's see, before I start the craft, I want to show you, I'm going to share my screen. And let's go to present. These are some pictures I took. We've been talking about springtime and how the animals have new babies. And I wanted to show you this. Do you know what that is? Something built a nest in my gazebo in my backyard. And that is a robin. Can you see the babies? There's one right there next to the mom, and there's one on the back. There's actually three. I don't see the third one in this picture, but those are after they first hatched. You can see that their eyes are closed. Look, isn't that a great picture? They're just getting little tufts of fur or feathers on their head. Oh, that's a great picture. Look how their mouths are open. What do you think they're waiting for? This is the mom in the nest with them, and the dad was coming and bringing them worms. Oh, there, now you can see the three of them. Their eyes are open here. That was pretty cool, huh? They flew away on Sunday. So I have an empty nest that I'm actually going to bring to story time this week so that you guys can see where the robin was raising her babies, or the robins were raising their babies. So this week we're going to make birds in nests. Here's my bird. It's a grown-up. I'm going to make some baby birds. So you should have had a Ziploc bag with some different colored paper. This is just some scrap that I have at my house. You can see from lots of different crafts that I've done here with you guys. You should have some stick-on eyeballs. You're going to need some glue, either the liquid glue or a glue stick. I'm going to use some markers also. And you should have had a paper bag. Here's a little one. You should check your bag because check your big Ziploc bag, because you should have a little Ziploc bag like that of eyeballs. I'm not sure where this bag came from because I don't usually get bags from the stores, but this is a bigger bag, so I'm going to use that one today. So let's see, and you should have some scissors and use a pencil or a pen, something that is a cylinder. So that's a cool word. Go find a cylinder at your house. And you want it to be skinny because this is also a cylinder, but this would make a really big curl. You want small curls. I'm going to show you how to do that. If you know somebody that has a quilling stick, that would be awesome to use for this. So let's see, I'm going to switch the camera for you so that you can actually see my desk. There. Put down a little bit. See the top of my bird? I even gave my bird some funky feathers on the top of his head. You can see his tail. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is get my nest ready. So this is just a bag. I'm actually going to trim this bag a little bit. I don't really need so much of it. All I'm going to do is roll the sides. This is a little tricky. All the way around one time. See how it's kind of folded down? Go around. It's a great crinkle noise, doesn't it? Yep, that works. And keep going around Rolling the top down. I'm almost at the bottom. That looks like a little hat. I'll scrunch it down. Roll it a little bit more. Decide when your bird's nest was ready. Right? Maybe you want it to have tall sides so the babies don't fall out. I was worried about that with the robins in my backyard. I was worried they were going to fall out of their nest and my dogs would see them. I didn't want anything to happen to the babies. Well, here's my nest. What do birds usually put in their nest? You might want to fill yours with something. Different birds use different material to make their bird's nest. It could be made out of twigs and straw and grass and leaves. Sometimes they like something soft to go inside where the babies will be. So you might find some, geez, out in the woods, what would you find that was soft? Might have to take a walk and see. When I am grooming a dog and I clip their hair, I usually put it out behind in the woods because if it's soft and fuzzy, the birds like to put it in their nest. So here's my grown-up bird. Could be a mom, could be a dad. And it's in the nest, and I'm going to put a baby in there. So if you look at this sideways, you can see how I have a long piece that I glued on the end, and I put a round piece on top, and I glued those together. So it's hard to say what shape that is. Sort of an oval, but it's more pointy on one side. So let's make that. Let's see, what color do I want this baby bird to be? I have pinks and blues and purples. You know what? I like this red. I think I'm going to make a red baby bird. So all I'm going to do is take my scissors and I'm going to cut a strip. I'm actually going to do 2 strips in case I want it to be a long baby bird. I don't know that I do. So let's see. Now I have my strip of paper. Now I want it to be this shape. So I'm going to fold not actually fold it, I'm just going to tip it up. Because look what happens when I hold this side together. It makes that teardrop shape. That's a good word for it. Could be a drop of rain, right, if I put it this way. So do I want my teardrop shape that will be the baby bird's body to be this big? Do I think I'm going to want it smaller? So I am going to trim it. So let's see if I glue it together there. Will that be a good size? Let's see, a grown-up bird and a baby bird. I think that works. So I'm going to take my glue stick. I'm going to put some glue right there. I'm going to hold the tip of that teardrop together. Press it down. There. There's my teardrop shape. Now, what shape was this one that I used for the head? Did you guess it was a circle? Right, it is. So I'm going to take this strip. Remember, I cut 2. Let's see, how big do I think I want that baby bird's head to be? Whoops. You think that looks about right? It's hard to see. I think that would work. And I'm going to glue it. Oop, I got some glue on my finger. I'll just wipe it on there. So let's see. If it's too big, I can always unstick it and make it smaller. Oh, do you think that baby bird's head is too big? I don't know. I think I might want it a little bit smaller. So you know what? I don't even have to really cut it smaller, I can just wind it into a smaller circle. So I just put some extra glue on it. I made it into a smaller circle. And then of course I have to glue the head to the body. So let's put some glue on this. And what do baby birds need? How do they eat? They need a mouth, right? What's a bird's mouth called? It's called a beak. I'm just sticking my thumb and my fingers. This is called your pincer grasp. Right? That's how you hold your pencil, right? Between those two fingers. Your pincer grasp. So I'm doing that and I'm just holding them together and pressing down on them so they stick together. All right. What do you think? Grown-up bird, baby bird. And it needs a what? A beak. And do you remember how the baby birds had their beaks up in the air? Because they were always looking for food, because they grow so fast, they go through a lot of food. So let's see, do I have a piece of scrap orange paper? Oh, I do. There. So I'm going to make this orange beak. So for this part, because I want the beak open, see how the mother bird's beak is open, or a father bird, the grown-up bird, I am going to fold my paper here. And then I'm going to fold my paper here. This gives me a flat piece in the back. See how that looks? So it's easier to glue. But of course, does that look like a beak to you? Not quite, right? Beaks are usually pointed. I wonder why. Why do you think a bird's beak is pointed? That's a good discovery question. Now, I wish I had my smaller scissors. This is hard to cut. So I'm going to make the sides even. And then I'm going to start here. And I'm going to cut on an angle. Look, I made triangles. When I cut it on an angle, it made triangles. There, do you see that part now? A little bit closer. See how that's on an angle? I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And that will make a pointed beak. There. See how I got that? Now it's a triangle on the top and the bottom. I'm going to put some glue on the back. But instead of putting it in the front like I did my mother bird, I'm going to put it more up in the air because this is a hungry baby. This baby is looking for some worms, right? Now I'm just going to use my markers. And I think I'll give this bird some purple eyes, just because I like color. So I'm going to draw a big circle and another big circle. Oh, I was going to put the glue stick cover on that. Silly. And then I'm going to draw some big purple eyes on this baby bird. Looks like my purple marker is getting dried out. Guess I shouldn't be surprised, right? I've been doing crafts at home for a year now. There. So you have some stick-on eyeballs if you want to use those. I'm just going to draw mine on there. So what else does the baby bird need? What are these? Does grown-up bird have some tail feathers? Let's see. I'm going to use some blue. And what other color do I have? Maybe I'll use some of this bright yellow. That's the color the grown-up bird is in. That'll be a little feather. And I do like this purple one. Maybe I'll use that one. Let's see, I have 3. I think I'll stick with 3. So you can see that I made them different sizes, right? Because on the grown-up bird, I have a big long one, and then underneath, the pink one's a little bit smaller and a little bit shorter. And this little purple one is not as wide and it's not as long. And you can tell that I curled them up. So how you do that is you take your cylinder. Remember we talked about that word? See how it's kind of a circle at the end? And I'm going to simply roll my paper up in my cylinder. I don't go all the way to the end because I need some flat. Oh, look at how that came out. Cool, huh? So there's lots of ways to do that. If you have a child-safe pair of scissors, you can curl your paper around your scissors. Don't use the pointy part. Another trick, if you're having trouble, see the pen? This is a click pen. So it has this part here that you use to slip on your notebook or sometimes in your shirt pocket. So if you take that and put your paper through it, then you twirl it around. You can do it that way. Pull it tight. So it makes the twirl there. If you want it to be a tighter circle or a curl, as I was calling it, you can just roll it up into a really tight one. See how that is? And just keep rolling, rolling, rolling. There, that's a really tight swirl. You can just play with your different tools, see which one you like, which curl you like. And you might want to add 2. These are really tail feathers, I guess. You might want to add 2, you might want to add 3, depends. I think I'm going to make this blue one smaller. Twirl it up. And then you just glue them together. So I'm going to put a little blue. This would be the medium blue. So I have a small yellow, a medium blue, and a bigger purple. So I put glue on the blue one, and now I'm gluing the yellow one on top of it. And I'm going to put some glue on my purple one. That's the biggest one, so I want it to be on the bottom. And I'm gluing my blue that has my yellow on it to my purple one. There's some tail feathers. Now what do I think? What do you think I'm going to do with it? I'm going to glue it to the bird. There's the baby's tail feathers. Now, if you wanted to add these little parts that I put on the big bird, I'll show you how to do that. Oops. Just cut a really small piece of paper. They're very small, very thin. And I did use my scissors. And I just hold my thumb on there. And remember what I said, use child safety scissors, you guys. And I just gently pull the scissors on the paper. And it makes a little curl. There. So now if you wanted to, you could glue some of those feathers anywhere you want. You could glue it on the side, you could glue it on the head. I'm not going to put any on my baby bird. But you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to use this scrap that I cut off my bag. And I'm going to shred it up so it actually looks like all the sticks that would be in a bird's nest. There, some sticks in my bird's nest. So I'm going to put the mother bird or the father bird in there, and I'm going to tuck the baby underneath, because that's often where babies are, is underneath. So there. What do you think? That was kind of fun, right? We usually do some type of birds and nests in the springtime. I'm going to switch my camera. I'll be able to see it when I hold it up. That was kind of fun, huh? Oh, I'm going to close my glue stick so it doesn't dry out. What do you think? Grown-up bird, baby bird. This baby bird is hungry. He's waiting for some worms. I hope you had fun. It's our last craft of May. Sign up for craft bags for June. We'll see what we're doing then. Have a great day. Thanks for crafting with me. Bye.